Hey, it's Greg at the Vinyl Arms, and thanks for tuning in. This video is focusing on new releases, and we've got 3 albums and 3 CDs that I've bought recently that I just want to share with you. So first of all, I was at Record Plant in Farsley last week, and I picked up a reissue of this 1988 classic by Mark Hollis and co. It's obviously Talk, and this album, Spirit of Eden. Now, this is a half-speed master reissue from earlier this year, and it sounds absolutely tremendous. It's really clear. The drummer at the time, a guy called Lee Harris, oversaw the mastering of this when it was repressed. And it sounds really wonderful. 6 fabulous, well-structured, quite alternative is probably the wrong word, quite experimental, long sort of tracks, particularly beautiful here. On side A, you've got a song called Eden, where the drums and the guitar kind of have a little bit of a battle with each other. And it sort of ebbs and flows. You know, it's a wonderfully written song. And on side 2, and also a stunning tune called I Believe in You. Mark Hollis's vocals, as they always are, they're sort of pretty deep in the mix, you know, sort of quite far back behind the music. So you've really got to listen carefully to what he's saying, but the emotion in his voice is there all throughout. And this was released on Parlophone. You got this nice inner sleeve as well with it, with all the lyrics, which is good. Production credits on the other side of the inner sleeve, and a rather nice Parlophone label there. Not familiar with that one actually, so it's quite nice. So that was from, as I say, Farsley Record Plant. The other day, so a couple of weeks back, I should say, not the other day, I went to Jumbo Records on the way to visit my cousin in hospital, who was in with a stroke. Bless him. He's due out imminently. So he's going to make a recovery, but it's one of those things where you kind of think, shit, you know, he's not old, and you just got to take each day, haven't you? Appreciate each day we're here. Anyway, so after seeing Mark, I thought, you know what, I'm going to treat myself to some music in Jumbo Records. So that's exactly what I did, and I came out with 2 CDs. I got the new Willie Nelson album, Dream Chaser, which is well, you just know what you're going to get, don't you, with Willie. It's a great country rock album, and it really is on form. I mean, to say this guy is you know, he's well in his numbers of years, sounds as great as ever. Well produced, well written songs. The guitar work is fabulous, and his voice is as rich as ever. Really highly recommend that one. And I appreciate prog rock can be quite Marmite for people. But I picked up the new Yes album, you know, Steve Howe and co., and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I've probably listened to this 5 or 6 times in the last couple of weeks. And it's just such a well-written, crafted album. You know, really well-developed songs. The guitar work's stunning, as you'd expect from Steve Howe. But every other sort of contribution, the piano work, the vocals, the drums, everything is on top form here. Yeah, really great album. It's presented quite nicely as well. I'll just show in this sort of trifold, sort of gatefold sleeve, which is rather nice. And also, it comes with a nice little booklet with all of the lyrics and things in here, and some extra artwork. Which didn't come with the album. So I thought, well, that's a no-brainer. We'll get the CD, save 20 quid and get the booklet too. So really happy with that. Also from Jumbo Records, a band, I think this is something like their 43rd album. It's amazing how they do this. Robert Pollard and co. the quality control is always really high on Guided by Voices records, but this is their latest offering, Crawl Space of the Pantheon. It's kind of like as you'd get with Guided by Voices, it's kind of like a throwback to sort of 60s sort of Beatles, Who type. They were obviously clearly influenced by these bands when they were growing up. But this album, to say it's their 43rd record, I think, it's just on top form. There's some fabulous songs. We Outlast Them All is well worth checking out. How Would You Like a Chariot Ride? That is a great, great song. And there's some absolutely fabulous lyrics as well that go with that. And also, When You're My Clown, Nothing Happens. That's the closing track on the album. And I think closing tracks are just as important on albums as opening tracks, for me anyway, because that's the one that sticks with you. And I think the lyric writing from Robert Pollard is bang on form. And talking about When You're My Clown, Nothing Happens, this is the first verse. You may think you're listening to us, but we're listening to you. No hit wonder boys with no loss for words. Say, hey, seize the day. So who's going to help you in the end? I just think it's really, really talented songwriting. And great labels as well for people who are interested in that kind of thing. You got that side there, and a different label on the other side, which kind of links up to the artwork that's on the record sleeve. So they were my jumbo record purchases. And as you may have seen my last video down in London with Al, we had a great time, got some fabulous sort of records down there, sort of old stuff, stuff that, just look at the draw stuff, a Church album, a Triffids album, secondhand stuff, which is sort of 30, 40 years old. Lovely to find, nice condition copies. Alan's Records was fabulous, by the way. I keep talking about that, but well worth a visit. Looking forward to going again. But on the following day, popped into Sister Ray and some other shops more in the Soho area. And I got two sort of new releases down there on day two. I picked up the new Bonnie Prince Billy album. I'd heard a few songs of this on the radio, and I thought I really need to pick that up when I next see it. So I picked this CD up in Sister Ray. And there's some wonderful songs. I'd heard the song Life is Scary Horses. That had been played quite a lot on Six Music, and that's brilliant. It's a brilliant, brilliant song. The closer on this, Bride of the Lion, is a strong song, and there's a lovely tune called Everybody's Got a Friend Named Joe, and don't they? And I also picked up an album that I had to get on site. It was from Rough Trade East, and it's the new Boards of Canada. It's a double red vinyl album, which apparently comes with a flexi disc and a booklet, but I've not broken the seal on this. I've been kind of more enjoying guitar-based music recently, but when I'm sort of up for something ambient and something more electronic, you can't beat Warp's finest at Boards of Canada for that. So looking forward to listening to this when the mood takes me. So there we go, three LPs and 3 CDs. Really enjoy listening to all of these. Thanks for watching, and see you later.